Heartbreak seems to be one of the best inspirations for artists when creating new work, and for pop music, that seems doubly true. Personally, I can't think of a pop musician more well known for passive-aggressively attacking their exes in their songs than Taylor Swift. I'm Adam Andrews with Where Are They Now, and this is a timeline of Taylor Swift's worst ever breakups. I'm gonna be skipping over a few smaller relationships in this video, so if you feel like one I skipped is worth talking about, leave it down in the comments below. But starting off today, we're talking about Jonas from July 2008 to October of 2008. For such a short relationship, it sure ended in a bit of a blow-up. Probably because he rudely ended things over the phone, and not just over the phone, but in no less than 25 to 27 seconds. Taylor confirmed this during a November 2008 appearance on Ellen, saying that must be a record, and then continuing, quote, "When I find that person who is right for me, he'll be wonderful, and when I look at that person, I'm not ever going to be able to remember the boy who broke up with me over the phone in 25 seconds when I was 18. Fair enough. Their breakup was followed not too much later by a Joe-inspired song called Forever and Always, which includes the pretty pointed lyrics, "Was I out of line? Did I say something way too honest? Made you run and hide like a scared little boy." After Joe welcomed his first child with Sophie Turner way later in July of 2020, fans speculated whether Swift sent the couple a baby gift based on a possible reference in her song Invisible String. The lyrics go, "Cold was the steel of my axe to grind. For the boys who broke my heart, now I send their babies presents." But wait, there's still more. In April of 2021, Swift released her song Mr. Perfectly Fine from her vault, and it sparked speculation that the track was written about Joe, with a lyric referencing a Mr. Change of Heart. That character could be referencing Jonas, since he used the phrase change of heart to describe their split at the time back in 2008. Despite the constant reference to him in her songs, Joe, Taylor, and even Joe's wife, Sophie Turner, still seemed to get along with each other. Sophie later complimented Swift's song, writing via her Instagram story, "It's not a bop," to which Swift replied, "Forever bending the knee for the Queen of the North." Kinda cool. Moving on, we got John Mayer from December 2009 to February 2010. Taylor and John Mayer dated for just a few months, and their breakup was a massive mess thanks to John's terrible reaction to Taylor writing Dear John about him. John complained to Rolling Stone in an interview saying, quote, "I never got an email, I never got a phone call. I was really caught off guard, and it really humiliated me at the time when I'd already been dressed down. I mean, how would you feel if at the lousiest you've ever been, someone kicked you even lower?" He added later on saying, "I will say as a songwriter that I think it's kind of cheap songwriting. I know she's the biggest thing in the world, and I'm not trying to sink anybody's ship, but I think it's abusing your talent to rub your hands together and go, wait till he gets a load of this. That's BS. It made me feel terrible because I didn't deserve it. I'm pretty good at taking accountability now, and I never did anything to deserve that." Now later, Mayer responded musically with his own song, Paper Dolls, on his 2013 album, Paradise Valley, but this whole relationship rubs me the wrong way, so we're moving on to the next one that also rubs me the wrong way, Jake Gyllenhaal from October 2010 to January 2011. After starting their relationship in October, Us Weekly broke the news of these two dating in a December 2010 cover story, which was a pretty iconic one. If you see the picture, you know what I'm talking about. January and the magazine reported that Jake broke up with Taylor completely randomly. They said, quote, "It was a 180-degree turn and so out of the blue." The same source said that Jake just told her it wasn't working out, and Taylor is really upset and hurt. She doesn't know what she did for him to put a stop to it. She feels really burned by him. Now, a bunch of songs on Taylor's Red album were allegedly inspired by Jake, and he was completely cool with them. Taylor told the New York magazine, without naming Jake directly, that the man who inspired the album said, quote, "I just listened to the album, and that was a really bittersweet experience for me. It was like going through a photo album," which Taylor said was a much nicer and more mature response than she had received from others, like John Mayer. At least she didn't name any of the songs after him, which is kinda nice. But while some fans think the Mr. Perfectly Fine April 2021 Vault release was focused on Joe Jonas, like we said before, some also believe the song references Gyllenhaal more. Specifically with the lyrics, "Hello Mr. Casually Cruel, Mr. Everything Revolves Around You, I've been Miss Misery since your goodbye, and you're Mr. Perfectly Fine." Fans pointed out that the words casually cruel were also used in Swift's 2012 hit All Too Well, which is believed to also be about Gyllenhaal. And finally, Swift's release of Red Taylor's version in November 2021 included a short film accompanying the 10-minute version of All Too Well, which starred Sadie Sink and Dylan O'Brien. Now, fans pointed out that their respective ages mirrored Swift and Gyllenhaal's during their brief romance. Moving on, Conor Kennedy from July 2012 to October of 2012. In 2012, a 22-year-old Swift started dating Robert F. Kennedy's then 18-year-old grandson, Conor Kennedy. Now, she did receive some criticism for the age difference in their relationship, being that she was 22 and Conor was 18. But if you didn't notice, this has been a criticism of a couple of her relationships, but in reverse, with John Mayer being over 10 years older than her and Gyllenhaal being about 9 years older. But back to this relationship. The duo was continually caught showing major PDA on and around the Kennedy compound in Haynesport, Massachusetts, leading Swift to purchase a rumored $4.9 million home nearby, which, I'm sorry, that's absolutely insane. When the 3-month romance fizzled in September, it was apparently caused when his family accused Swift of crashing the wedding of Conor's cousin, Kyle, in August. Although Taylor's reps denied it, the relationship was done, and Swift quickly moved out and sold the house she bought for her 3-month relationship in March 2013. Taylor's song Begin Again has been linked to Conor, specifically with the lyric, "I think it's strange that you think I'm funny, cause he never did." Which makes me wonder, did he just not find her funny? Or did he find her funny and someone else didn't? Someone explain this one to me, please, down in the comments, please, thank you. Harry Styles from November 2012 to January 2013. Best described as exhausting despite spanning just 3 months, rumors about Haylor started flying around after Tay was spotted wearing Harry's silver airplane necklace, which she also wore in the video for her Harry Styles breakup song, Out of the Woods. In December, these two went public when they were photographed strolling around the Central Park Zoo, but after just a few months of dating and one vacation, where Taylor was seen sitting alone on a boat, they broke up. Things were pretty awkward henceforth, especially when Taylor dissed Harry during their 2013 Grammys performance by using an English accent. Now, Swift fans also have Harry to thank for basically the entirety of the 1989 album, which was reportedly inspired by him. But at least things have chilled now, and Harry doesn't seem to hold any resentment. At the 2013 Brit Awards, Taylor performed I Knew You Were Trouble, and the former One Direction member told Us Weekly that the performance was great, adding that she always puts on a good show. The exes proved they are on friendly terms in March 2021 while attending the Grammys, talking and supporting each other throughout the night. And this year, they showed that they are still supportive when members of the audience yelled Beyoncé should have won as Harry Styles gave his acceptance speech for Best Pop Vocal Album. Taylor Swift was noted to be standing up in solitary support of Harry as he was being heckled by the crowd. Moving on, we got Calvin Harris from February 2015 to May 2016. Taylor and Calvin Harris met at the Elle Style Awards in February 2015, and unlike pretty much every relationship thus far, this one actually held up for a decent amount of time. A month after their meeting, they were spotted in matching outfits at a Whole Foods in Nashville, which is clearly the peak of romance right there. Taven technically went public at the 2015 Billboard Music Awards in May, and they stayed together long enough to celebrate a 1-year anniversary. After that little celebration, it took about 2 months, and the relationship had died in the water. The breakup, reported by People, was apparently led by Calvin, and some believe that he may have subtly accused Taylor of cheating in some of his song's lyrics. Unlike most of her exes, Calvin did not have great things to say. 2 months after the couple split, Calvin accused Swift of trying to make him look bad after it was revealed that she had helped pen his hit, This Is Where You Came From, making it seem as though he couldn't have made it without her help. Calvin said, quote, "I wrote the music, produced the song, arranged it, and cut the vocals though, and initially she wanted it kept a secret, hence the pseudonym. Hurtful for me at this point that her and her team would go so far out of their way to try and make me look bad at this stage though. I figure if you're happy in your new relationship, you should focus on that instead of trying to tear your ex-BF down for something to do." Tom Hiddleston from May 2016 to September 2016. Maybe the supposed cheating allegations and the new relationship comment by Calvin had to do with a certain actor by the name of Tom Hiddleston. This next relationship, which started in May of 2016, may have started at the Met Gala, where Taylor and Tom were seen dancing, which, side note, I honestly didn't even know people danced at the Met Gala, so that's news to me. Now we do a little fast forward to June, and The Sun published pictures of the couple kissing by the water in Rhode Island. So cute. Tom met Taylor's parents in Nashville. They were seen dancing at Selena Gomez's concert, and Tom was spotted wearing an I Heart TS tank top while at the beach with the singer and some friends. But I guess it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, as the couple split in September 2016, with a source saying that, quote, Tom wants their relationship to be public, even asking Taylor to go to the Emmys with him, but Taylor wants to keep her private life private. Tom's need for their relationship to be so public so quickly makes her uncomfortable. She tried to be okay with it in the beginning, but fears he is in love with the idea of her and not falling in love with her for the right reasons. Which is interesting given her, I don't know, ability to put out songs about her very short relationships. Just saying. Tom, on the other hand, still only has good things to say about the songstress, calling her incredible a year later in the GQ interview, saying, quote, Taylor is an amazing woman, she's generous and kind and lovely, and we had the best time. So, thus ends an unlikely relationship. Oh well, moving on. Joe Alwyn from May 2017 to April 2023. Apparently, when Taylor met Hiddleston at the Met Gala, she also met her next major boo, Joe Alwyn. I now know why they call it the Met Gala. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Now, it's not actually confirmed this is where they met, but fans believe Taylor's song Dress implies as much when she says, flashback to when you met me, your buzz cut and my hair bleached, which does describe how the pair looked that night. Now, a year later, well after her breakup from Tom, British tabloid The Sun, again, broke the news that Taylor and Joe were dating and had been for months, claiming that she'd been staying in London in disguise, and that she and Joe were the real deal. This relationship seems to be the longest running of all Taylor's celebrity relationships. Her friends were all talking about a proposal and how she really wants to marry Joe. An insider said in March 2019, he's her dream guy. A second source said in August 2020, adding that the couple have discussed children already and Swift is very excited about that chapter of her life when the timing is right. For a couple whose ship name is Toe, yes, that's really real, they really seem to be working out well. But unfortunately, this past Saturday, the pair announced their breakup after 6 years of dating, which is extremely sad, honestly. It seemed like it was gonna work out there for a second. Apparently, their breakup was not dramatic, and according to sources, the relationship had just run its course, whatever that means. On the plus side, I'm sure fans will be getting an absolutely fire album from Swift after this one, where she references the private intricacies of the relationship for the world to listen to, leaving Joe looking like a fool, which she may have been. But there you have it, folks, a timeline of the most impactful of T-Swizzle's most bombastic and well-known relationships and their blunders. I've been Adam Andrews, this is Where Are They Now, and I guess I'll catch you all in the flippy flop. Peace out.